For nearly 30 years, a recording of Dr. Martin Luther King Jr.'s speech at Western Michigan University was lost until it was rediscovered in 1997. I believe we will be able to emerge from the bleak and desolate midnight of man's inhumanity to man into the bright and glittering daybreak of freedom and justice. These are but some of the words spoken by Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. during his December 18, 1963 visit to Western Michigan University. Back then, instances of students challenging racial discrimination have been going on for several decades.
So I know that there were rumblings, even back at the late 40s into the 50s. But I think by the time you get into the 60s, students are questioning a lot of things about culture and society.
Sharon Carlson, former director of the Zhang Legacy Collection Center, created a website detailing the speech that is now a research guide. As protests against segregation were at a height, students invited the then Mississippi Governor Ross Barnett, a staunch segregationist, to speak on campus that September.
I would simply like to say that
Martin Luther King Jr. was invited for an early December visit, but the assassination of President John F. Kennedy changed plans.
Both Ross Barnett, the governor of Mississippi, and Dr. King we're both trying to visit a lot of college campuses, but I've always thought that Dr. King must have been particularly committed to this appearance at Western.
King's speech echoed in Reed Fieldhouse, where 2,000 people lined the bleachers.
Our little black boys and black girls will be able to join.
It was just 4 months after his I Have a Dream speech in Washington, D.C. In 1968, King was shot and killed in Memphis, Tennessee. His voice was heard on the airways again when public radio station WMUK rebroadcasted his speech in the aftermath. That recording would be lost until 1997, when Carlson said it was found at an East Side Kalamazoo grocery store. Philip Novus, grandson of the store owner, restored the recording with another audio production business owner. That recording made its way back to the university and WMUK.
They were actual tapes. They created a cassette tape for me, and we were doing the transcriptions from the cassette tapes. So we had the speech, we had the introductory remarks, we had the question and answer session.
While King's Kalamazoo visit was brief, Carlson says it established a legacy. Students were quick to demand aid that made college accessible for everyone. Efforts that turned into scholarship programs that continue to this day.
It wasn't real surprising that, students, when he was assassinated, were clearly shocked and wanted to try and make some positive things come out of this very unfortunate situation.
The Zhang Legacy Collection Center houses much more to this visit, as well as other southwestern Michigan histories. In Kalamazoo, Josh Sanchez, News 8.